Hey, what's up? It's me, Carl. Welcome to my bed. I'm here in Shenzhen, China. It's been nearly 2 weeks on tour here, and nearly 2 weeks of me ever being in China at all. It is a difficult country to sort of acclimate to, because you need, like all the things you need to sort of live, get by, app-wise, or just, like eating, getting around, knowing where essential items are and how to get them and stuff. It's all like just like a different infrastructure, different apps, different like way you do all that stuff. And what's more, if you're a foreigner, every one of those apps you have to get on will think you're a bot. I am real, I promise. Let me pay for this shaving cream or whatever it is. Yeah, it's been a little tough. But I feel like once you're in, it's probably not so bad. As long as I don't have to keep verifying that I'm a real person for the next 4 months, then it should be okay. I have to say, though, I really like the theater quite a lot. It is huge. Like, it is a huge theater. There's the stage, and then there are the wings to the stage, and then outside of beyond sort of the wings of the main deck are just these absolutely massive areas for just anything. They even have sort of acoustic treatment where you could perform in those spaces because they are just that huge. It's like an aircraft hangar. It's so big. And I'm just not used to having that much space. There's more space in the backstage than there is in the auditorium. I think the auditorium is like 1,500 seats, but the backstage area is like the size of like 3 Broadway theaters. And it's all on one level. There's no stairs. It's all on one level. Dressing rooms, everything. That's not to say there aren't multiple levels to this place, which is even crazier. I think there's a 7th floor there. So there's like rehearsal spaces and stuff all going on too, and probably even smaller performance venues within it. Like I haven't done the full exploration, So it's a great place to be. It's a great place to do this art form. It is luxuriously huge. I have to say another thing I've liked is how cheap everything is. It's as cheap or cheaper than Bangkok. Certain things especially feel cheaper. Like Didi, which is like Uber here. We're talking like half an hour of a ride for $3. And just stuff in shops. While I'm here, this quite long time that I'm here in China, I think my goal really is to leave here with like essentially a whole new wardrobe. Like maybe I keep all the clothes that I brought here with me and that I indeed wear all the time. Carhartts are kind of like my uniform. If you know me, you've seen me in a Carhartt t-shirt. But I think while I'm here, I'd like to explore some different brands, some different styles, so long as I can find clothes that fit me. There's a brand I discovered from watching The Iron Snail, which I'll link somewhere. He's a great channel. It's a lot of fashion stuff. Sometimes I feel like he's almost like not opinionated enough. Like the thumbnails are all like, we gotta choose the best of these t-shirts or something, right? And then it's like him on a video, like trying on 10 different t-shirts and being like, they're great. They're all great. And it's like, dude, this isn't that helpful. It's just not incisive enough. It's not like me being like, well, I gotta choose this one then. It's like, I still don't know which one to choose. And that's basically how I feel anytime I walk in any store. So I'm taking a shot across the bow at you, Iron Snail. No, you do good work. I like you. So anyways, yeah, this brand I discovered from watching him called Bronson, which is a Chinese brand that does like American military reproductions. I think a lot of that stuff looks cool. I'm curious to order some pieces from them and see what that looks like, but I've got time. I'm in China for another 3.5 months. And maybe I'll wait till I get to one of the even bigger cities. It's weird, like Shenzhen's not a small city. It's the 7th biggest city in China, and yet it still sort of feels like a suburb. Like where I am, like the square mile in which I am, the square kilometer that I'm in, has so many, like thousands of people in it, right? But it still feels like I gotta get into a car and go to get anywhere worth going to. Or even just, I have to get into a car to like go to a cafe, to get some coffee. It's either get in a car or walk for 20 minutes. So it's not the feeling of like in New York. In New York, I could step out my door and within 5 minutes, I have passed 4 different places to get coffee. It's like densely packed with people and stuff to do. And this is like mostly densely packed with people, and then the stuff is kind of sprawled out in a similar fashion to a suburb. Okay, I feel slightly compelled to walk some of this back because I did eventually go out into a more central area of Shenzhen. Got to see more of the, like, city feeling part of it. That felt a lot better to me as, like, a New Yorker. Just being in an area where things were happening and people were there and doing stuff. I don't know, like we went to the tech markets. That was really cool. You know, the Shenzhen's where DJI is based, and that's actually where I got this DJI mic that you might notice I'm now using. So, yeah, just wanted to throw that caveat in there. But when you're being contented with the fact that if you do get a car service, you know, like from where I am to where that central area of Shenzhen is, it's like an hour drive. And it's about as long or longer on the subway. It seems like that would be kind of a big problem. Like traffic would be insane then because everyone's constantly driving to get to things, right? But the solve they have here for that is micromobility. Mopeds, scooters, motorbikes. I would say en masse, majority electric. That was probably the most striking thing when I came here to China, of just like, whoa, like this is a uniquely Chinese thing, is just the sheer number of people on electric scooters and mopeds and stuff. Like if you're looking out there, for every like one pedestrian that's just walking, there's at least 10 people on scooters, and they go everywhere they can go. Like I don't know what the rules and regulations here about like where those things are, if there's anywhere where those things aren't legally allowed to be. But I've seen them everywhere. Sidewalks, roads, grass, stairs. They're everywhere. So, and yeah, it just feels like that's the solve for like having, like being prohibitively far. Kind of reminds me of like, you know how like in Amsterdam there's more bicycles than people? It's that same feeling. Could you do that in New York? It's just tight. Like there's not so many lanes on the roads, you know, like depending on what street, if you're on a street, it's one way, it's one lane, it's one way. New York is just not equipped to create that amount of space for this kind of traffic as well as cars. Just how much bike lane there is, it's already like not enough. And I've been hit by a car while on a bike. There's not enough space for everyone. The first week here I got in at 5:30 at night, Sunday. We had all of Monday to try and prepare ourselves, get all the apps set up and things and verified and whatever, right? And then by Tuesday, we were in a rehearsal in the afternoon. That was like a run of the show. And then we were performing that night for people. And we did a whole week of performances. And that week, it was just survival. It was just try and beat this jet lag, which was bad. You know, it's 12 hours difference here from the States. So it's literally, you know, it's the same time as it is in New York, just morning instead of night. So yeah, so the first week was just survival. Didn't like do anything fun. I was just like in bed or trying to figure out how and what to eat. Yeah, just survival. And then like, yeah, doing shows, trying to like make the shows good still in spite of it all, which was no small task, because it wasn't just like an upward progression of like it just got the jet lag just progressively got a little easier as it went. It was like it was a non-linear path to beating the jet lag. The first couple days I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing so great, I'm beating it. And then the third day I just like got so little sleep and then had to do a show, and I was just deliriously throughout the show. Like I barely remember that day. So yeah, the first week didn't do too much stuff out there in the city, in the world. But this last week I've done a little bit more. It was still a little, I'd say it's like halfway self-preservation, half like, all right, let's see what this place has to offer. In Asia, a lot of times that means like going to a mall, going to like the giant malls they have here. But here there is like an ancient city. I think a lot of the cities have like ancient parts of them that you can go and that are like preserved, and you can be like, look how old this is and all that. I'm more curious, weirdly, like there's a Walmart 20 minutes walk from here. And I'm just curious to see what that's like, because I feel like Walmart in America is like a place where they sell a bunch of stuff made in China. So like Walmart in China, is it just like the same, like is it all the same stuff that they would sell in an American Walmart that's made in China? Just like even cheaper because they didn't have to send it all the way to America, like it's just already here. I don't know. That's just something I'm curious about. So probably go check out that Walmart. But otherwise, I'm curious to see more of China already. Like, I'm already like, Shenzhen's cool, but like, let's go to the next place. We got one more week here after this week's done. Because I've been told by people who've been here already, like Beijing, Shanghai, like those are like the big cities that'll feel maybe more like New York in that sort of like it's densely packed with people and stuff thing. And also maybe there's more English. Like, there's not a lot of English here, really. A handful of times I'll go into a restaurant, whatever, and there's someone who can speak some English. But, you know, the other day I went to a grocery store to get the shaving cream that I mentioned earlier. And it was late at night. It was after the show. So it was like 11 something. No one else was in this medium-sized grocery store. It was just the shopkeeper and the other guy that works there, right? And so I'm just looking around. I'm like, oh, I'll get some snacks too. But I'm looking around for the shaving cream. I'm in the stuff where all the bath things are, like, you know, shampoo and whatever. And I'm just not seeing it. And at some point, the other guy comes up to me and in Chinese, like, I don't exactly know what he asked me, but he was basically like, can I help you? Like, do you need help finding something? And I was like, oh, Christ. And I was just like, and he was like, okay, yeah, come on. Like, he could tell what I meant. And if you're a good enough actor, you can kind of still communicate by that means, even if there's a language barrier. If you can sort of act out what you need or whatever, if you're a good enough actor for all that, you can get by in places where you don't speak the language. Not that I'm that good at acting, but yeah. Yeah, I think when we get to the bigger cities too, I'd like to maybe try and get some clothes made. This is something I'm learning as as I get older, that like, that's what you're supposed to do with clothes, is you get them and then you get them altered to like really fit you. Or in some cases, you just have them made for you entirely. And it feels like I want to go through that process here somehow. This is me. I live my life day to day. A schedule is for referencing every day. I am not great at making plans, but from time to time I do it. So I just wanted to, make a little update on what China's like so far. I imagine I'll try again. Maybe I'll try and do one of these in every hotel bed I end up in. This is the Shenzhen bed. It's actually pretty comfy. Anyways, that's me. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. And, I'll talk to you again real soon.